I want to talk about how to care for, maintain bromeliads as indoor plants. This here is Neoregelia cahaladon albomarginated, kind of a long name, but a very pretty variegated bromeliad. Neoregelias do good as an indoor plant because they have the nice, typically have nice striping or coloring on the plant. They don't get much of a bloom in the middle when they bloom, but they do have nice foliage on them. This one was just moved inside, and you can see in the cup here it's fairly dry. What you want to do is take a look at them every week or two, and if you don't see any water in the cup whatsoever, wait maybe just a few more days. You want to let them dry out completely, and then just come over with a cup of water and just give them a little bit of water in their cup there. They typically don't need a whole lot of water in the soil. It's okay for the soil on them to be dry because bromeliads do uptake most of their water nutrients through the plant and the leaves, what's called the cup here. So if the soil's dry, don't worry about it. They won't produce as much root with dry soil, but root is really just to attach them to trees and logs and the ground and whatever else they're growing on, so they don't depend on their roots for nutrient uptake. Now this one over here is an Acmea species, and it happens to be variegated, which gives a little bit of dual coloration on the leaves here. Acmea species do get a bloom that comes out of the top, but it's tough to get them to bloom indoors. They just don't get enough sunlight and don't get enough water to really be healthy. I mean, they will bloom eventually, but it takes a lot longer. This one here, as you look down the cup, is very dry in there. There's just a tiny bit of water, but that's about due to have a little bit of water. This one has been inside for probably about 3 months, and it used to have some more red on the back of the leaves, but you can see that it's lost some of its color. All you would have to do is move it outside into some sunlight for a week or two, and it'll get its color back. But always be careful about moving indoor bromeliads outside and not giving them too much sun. If you give them too much sun right away, it will burn the leaves, and once the leaves are burned, if they're permanently burned and damaged, then the leaf is basically gone, and you have to wait for new leaves to come out of the top. So this one probably needs to be moved outside just so it can get its color back. You can see the soil is very dry. It's okay for it to be dry again. It's not like indoor palms and plants. Bromeliads are air plants, so they absorb most of their water out of the air, moisture out of the air. They have small specialized plant cells in the back of the leaves called trichomes, and those actually just absorb moisture and feed the plant. So if you go on vacation and you do forget to water an Acmea like this for a few weeks or even a month, the leaves may curl up just a little bit, but it's not going to hurt the plant. It'll be just fine. Makes bromeliads really ideal for indoor interior. This is a pretty Neoregelia called Neo Barcelona. It's a brand new hybrid that was just patented out of Miami, Florida. This one is coming into color, which means that it's approaching its bloom cycle and getting a nice deep red in the center here. The rest of its life it might have a little bit of pink while it's still immature, but once these get mature, they get a nice red center, and you can see that they have variegated leaves. Again, a great palm or a great bromeliad for indoors. However, this one is in bloom, and the bloom will feature some small purple flowers that come up and open and then close, and that'll go on for maybe 6 weeks. Once the bloom is done, it'll just kind of turn into a little brown mess in there, and then the plant will live for maybe another 6 or 8 months before it completely dies. So this one is towards the end of its life cycle. That's why it's inside here, so that the color can be enjoyed on it. And once it's completely bloomed out and died in the middle here, you'll want to move it back outside and wait for it to produce some babies. But in the meantime, it makes a great plant for the kitchen here, and looks